He flew away.
Mm-hmm. What's that squirrel doing?
Get it out of here, Square. What? 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 What, Square? Will you tell me? Hey, Square, will you tell me? Square. Square.
The way snacks is right now is the way I feel inside of my head every day. It's okay, Bob.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Come on.
Happy birthday to us.
Yeah! To us.
Alright, just call them out for God's sake.
Good? Oh, wait. I got to
Yeah, here, move it out.
Happy birthday
Oh my God, Hill. There's going to be a lot of wax.
to you.
Okay, all right. I'm going to blow into the truck, so, you know.
Okay.
Okay. We're like,
Alright.
are we good? Are we good? Are we good?
Not all lit, but that's okay. Nobody's counting.
2, 3. Happy
Birthday
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Kate. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she's just
Are these fucking oh my God.
See, how did
They are tree candles!
What's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh. I am your host, Patrick Jordan. This is our 100th episode. I cannot believe it. I don't know what's happening here. We've been at this for several months, since March, where we didn't know what we were doing when we started, and we still don't really know what we're doing right now, but we are still faking it, and in the hopes of someday we are going to make it. But thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome. You picked a hell of a show to watch. We have got a outstanding show tonight. It is a legendary lineup for our 100th show. Some of our favorite guests that have been on the show once or twice before have come back to be with us. We're going to have Joe Grushecky is going to be here. Sally Wiggin is going to be here. And Kate Romane, which you may have noticed if you were watching from the start, it is Kate Romane's birthday. So I'm sure it'll be a very special What Kate Ate. So stick around for all of that. I cannot believe we are at 100 episodes, man. We're in week 31, episode 100. When this thing started, we were talking like, if we get to 8, man, 8's pushing it. 8's kind of crazy, but you know what? This might be going on for 2 or 3 months. Unfortunately, we are still at this. We are still working on things. We are still trying to bust that curve. It kind of flattened. It didn't really drop, but it's kind of flattening. We've been averaging about 80 to 100 new cases a day in Allegheny County since this thing began. We had a dip there a few months ago, but it has come up and it's kind of stayed steady ever since. So that said, before we get into the fun parts of the show, remember to wear your masks, keep socially distancing, wash your hands, don't be a jag. I mean, honestly, though, if Bruce Springsteen says it,
put on a fucking mask.
You can't really go against the boss. And, Joe writes songs with him, so I'm sure we'll get into that later. But anyway, a couple things. If it's your first time watching, or if you're a long time watcher, first time, whatever, I got nothing. Couple of things. One, tickling below us on the screen there, that is our Venmo. It is @TogetherPGH. So if you have the means to kick in a couple of bucks to the show, all the money that's raised goes directly to the artists involved with the show. So anything you can give, if it's $1, $2, we know there's like a lot of donation. People are getting, don't look at that. It's a party. You can give it a couple bucks. Van Dam and Mr. T, they know what's up. So the donation fatigue might have set in, but anything you can do to give would be fantastic. That's there. And we have a couple of little things on the show here called the Engine House 25 Winery Jagoff Poll. That's right. There are 2 different polls. There's the Big Jagoff and the Little Jagoff, both brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. Engine House 25 Wines, if you go to eh25.com, it's their website. They're a killer selection of wine. You cannot go wrong with them. They've got a ton of reds and killer Sauvignon Blanc and Rosé, and I believe they have a Chardonnay as well. They're doing $5 off per bottle if you say you found out about them on Alone Together Pittsburgh. And they're doing free delivery while the pandemic's still going on, because believe it or not, it's still happening. They're doing free delivery in the Pittsburgh area, and they do curbside. So check them out at eh25.com. You cannot go wrong with it. So we have these polls here. Now, the Jagoff poll, don't let the name fool you, right? It is a term of endearment. We absolutely love everyone who's involved in this, even if we're talking about a parking chair, if we're talking about a person, right? So don't think that, we're just calling people jagoffs here. So these contests are getting down to the nitty gritty, right? So everyone that's involved and everything and every phrase that's involved in this poll has won at least 3 or 4 times in order to get down to the bracket. Now, we started this back in March when March Madness ended, and it's still going on. So overnight was a big one. That was the biggest upset of our very first, the number 1 Jagoff poll is involved in this. Dave, tell him what happened.
What are we talking about? Overnight? What is this, show 100? This never gets old. You know what I mean? It's like every day's a new day, and every time is the first time. But anyway, let's do it, huh? All right, overnight, we had the PEDUTO'S beard versus the Civic Arena. That's right, PEDUTO'S beard. Look at that beard. The man, you can say what you want about Bill Peduto. I say, look at that beard. The beard is incredible. It is well coiffed. He's got a look. He stuck to it. He went to it. He doubled down on it. He drove it home, but he's got to go against the Civic Arena. And you know what? That's no small potato, that arena. All right, so let's take a look at it. How did you vote, Pittsburgh? What did you think? Here it comes, coming at you. The results. Civic Arena versus Bill Peduto's beard. The answer is... All right, that's the wrong... That's... 100 shows, and I can't get this right. I just want to get it one time. I want to get it right and not push the wrong button. You know what I mean? Jeez. You know, Patrick, I don't know how you put up with this crap.
I don't know, man. But I tell you what, Dave, are you feeling the butterflies? Are you feeling the 100 show jingles? Does it feel like the first time to you?
It feels like the very first time. Plus, we got such a hot show. You know what I mean? Like, we don't deserve it.
I can't wait to know how this turned out. You've got to be kidding me.
I know. PEDUTO'S beard all the way against the Civic Arena. Woo! You know what? I wouldn't have bet this way. You know what I mean? But bam, PEDUTO, your beard.
This
unbelievable.
is the third upset for Mayor Bill PEDUTO'S beard. It is a fine beard. Now, when this all started, Dave, this was Bill PEDUTO'S beard beat another Pittsburgh icon.
What was it?
He beat Franco Harris's beard.
Oh my God!
And that was in week 1. Now I'm wondering. I mean, we have legends on the show tonight. We have legends of Pittsburgh. So, but I mean, people are following the show. I mean, Franco Harris. I don't even know if he knows that he was involved in the very first episode, in the very first Jagoff poll. But he was kind enough to like say, "Hey, I like what you're doing with the show, Dave." Do you have a little? Do you have any footage? A little shout out for me?
You don't actually. I don't. This is something I'm just not gonna believe. Are you fooling me? Are you fooling?
I'm just saying.
Are you joshing?
I'm not joshing. I got something here. Let me see if I can pull it up. A little something that happened here. You can pull it up too, Dave. I'm just gonna act like I'm pulling it up. Here we go.
Hey, Patrick.
What's going on, Franco?
Alone Together Pittsburgh. Happy 100th episode.
Thanks, Franco.
Way to go, Patrick.
Franco Harris. Franco Harris sent a shout out. That's right. Pro Football Hall of Famer. 4-time Super Bowl champion. 1-time Super Bowl MVP.
I want to know, does Franco have a built, like he's got the highest quality, hey, get out of my way. Fine, you want to, congratulations, here you go, kid. That's the best looking, nice congratulations from Frank. What does he have, a video crew in his house? That was beautiful.
What would you expect from Franco Harris, man?
You're right.
That's Franco Harris.
He's a champion, and
he's the champion. Okay.
Who's that?
Thank you, Pepper. That was Pepper giving a little shout out. Pepper! All right. Pete, how's it going, buddy? Okay, good. Hey, you know what? Every night, your chatter keeps me going. It keeps me fresh. It keeps me rolling. There it is. So here's what we got going on here, guys. The in-show poll that the audience can vote on, the eh25.com Lil Jagoff poll. It's a fun one tonight. You see, we've done, so in 100 episodes, right, we probably started doing the Jagoff poll like, what, week 2? Okay, so we're talking at least...
We still can't get it right.
I know we can't, but we've got hundreds of contenders, and each one of those hundreds with the in-show and the overnight had 2, right? So we haven't been repeating, and you think we would run out of Pittsburgh-centric stuff to put on here, but I give you tonight's in-show Lil Jagoff poll that only you, who's watching live right now, you get to vote on. Dave, tell them what it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your in-show Jagoff, because you deserve it, because we love you. It is Turner's Iced Tea versus the Little Hug. What's in a Little Hug? What flavor is blue? What flavor is neon pink? What flavor is oil slick black? I have no idea, but the kids, they can't get enough of it. And then their tongues, they're disgusting. For like a week and a half, their stupid tongues. And God, oh my goodness, it's terrible. It's horrible stuff. Turner's Iced Tea, is that even tea? I don't know, I guess so. You're walking around with that big container of tea. Put it down. You're gonna hurt somebody with that tea. You're gonna get a hernia with that tea. It's too much tea. I don't understand people these days. Turner's versus Hugs, Pittsburgh. Let's have at it.
Just a kidney stone waiting to happen.
Did you know? Did you know Hugs are from Pittsburgh? I'm just saying, it's a Pittsburgh thing. So
Black.
You can have it. Take it.
But Pete, did you know? I mean, was that Turner and Hooch? Was that
Turner and Hooch.
Was that Turner and Hooch, or was that that was Turner and Hooch with the Tom?
That was Turner and
Tom
Hooch,
Hanks,
yeah.
The Hooch with the hugs.
Pete really doesn't get enough props, Pete, for those every week, those amazing graphics. Boom.
Every night, 2 sets of graphics. So get it going,
Don't make
folks.
a big deal about
you can
it.
get your vote on right there. We'll be checking in periodically to get that going. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, you can see the chat room there, or YouTube watching us live there. You can chat. If you got any questions,
Is it over there? It's over there.
It's over there, dude. I'm pointing right at it. I'm pointing right at it. I'm pointing right at it. We're in reverse, okay? It's fine. You guys know where the chat bar is. You chime in, you chat. You got questions for any of us or the guests? I would prefer you ask for the guests because they're way more interesting. And so that's what we got. So I think we're ready to fire up this show. What do you think, Pete? Episode 100?
I mean, sure. I don't know, Dave. You ready? Should we do this?
Yes.
All right. I guess
Well, you heard it there. He's not the best in the business for nothing. Looking like the brawny man had a kid with George Michael. So here we go. Dave, by the way, do we have any footage of like the George Michael, Pete Spinda, like side by side?
I can't reach for it because I'm too nervous about this first big move.
Okay, great.
But, I'll
Okay,
bring it in later.
so okay, we're gonna try something for the first time here. We'll talk about it more when our first guest comes out. You know who he is. He's a man that goes without introduction. He's a Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter, front man of the House Rockers and now the Iron City House Rockers. Here he is, Mr. Excitement, Joe Grushecky.
Oh man, Mr. Excitement. Hey, Dave was doing some serious pregame tonight.
Yes, he was. He was getting ready for everything. I mean, he's
whatever you're drinking, Dave. I'll have 2 of them, maybe.
Hey, I can't partake.
You got it.
That's good. So how's everything going, man? You haven't been on the show. It's been we were last time you were here. We did the reunion show.
We did the 40th anniversary of the Iron City House Rockers. Have a good time, but get out alive. In my humble opinion, one of the greatest records of all time.
Wait a minute, I'm going to agree with you, and to let you know that
come out of Pittsburgh anyway.
You transcend generations with that, because I told you my 2-year-old Pepper loves it.
Well, it's a good record, and it sounds terrific, and it held up really well over all these years.
It's fantastic.
Much better than the participants of the record did.
Well, hey, man. I mean, not everybody can keep it together like you, Joe. I think you were once introduced on stage at the Civic Arena as the man who was single-handedly bringing sexy back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think I was. I think I heard that somewhere.
That was one of the last shows I saw.
Argue with it,
That was one of the last shows I saw at the Civic Arena. Anyway,
that's what closed it down, probably.
That's probably what it was. It couldn't take it anymore. So the Civic Arena loses twice tonight. So anyway, so that's cool. So I mean, got a lot to talk to you about. So you got a video that's just coming out right now that I saw was getting circulated on Rolling Stone and a bunch of other music websites and magazines for a song that you actually wrote probably 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Yeah, Rolling Stone. I think about 3 weeks ago they put it out as a song you need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland International was the record company for the first several Iron City House Rocker records.
Mm-hmm.
And it was manned by Steve Popovich, who was a legendary record promo guy from Epic Records. He worked for everybody with Michael Jackson to I think he was the guy who signed Boston. I heard you guys singing More Than a Feeling. He did sign Boston, by the way. Just legendary figure.
Mm-hmm.
And he broke off and started his own record company, Cleveland International, and he signed the Iron City House Rockers. He was responsible for the Meatloaf record. And so when working with the Have a Good Time but Get Out Alive record, we decided Steve Popovich Jr., who was just a little tyke when the first record came out, is running the label now.
Awesome.
Resuscitated the record label, and we decided to go with Cleveland again, and they decided that Steve decided that this Have a Good Time buzz that we had going, we were going to take that and run with it with That's What Makes Us Great,
mm-hmm.
which is a song that Bruce and I sang together. We had it out, I think it was 2017 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided the time was right. The times demanded that we re-release it, and we came up with a video.
So
we're pretty
we love the video so much, right? I mean, like the first time I saw it, I got chills and everything, and I had heard the song beforehand, and in two different incarnations. You know what I mean? I heard just you sing it, then I heard you with Bruce, and you know, seeing the video, it gave me chills. I wanted to show it on the show, but Facebook would flag us. You know what I mean? If we would have done it, even though you're on the show with us talking about it, they would copyright infringement. They'll let a lot of things fly on this website, but not music.
They're cracking down all over on the live music thing.
Right. So that's with the live music thing. On the live, DJs are getting cut.
They haven't cheated enough artists. So you know, I think
gotta do it so they can't even you can't even get your stuff out on the platform. But so we decided we were going to try to do something different tonight, right?
Really different.
So really different. So what we're going to do here is, I love this video so much, and I want everyone to see it. And I obviously love your singing, so we can't play the music. So what we're going to try to do here, this is a first in 100 episodes of Alone Together Pittsburgh. We are going to run the video for That's What Makes Us Great while Joe plays along acoustically.
Right.
Now, in the song, if you listen to the video, you got Bruce, you got Joe, and you got the House Rockers, right?
House Rockers, right.
But tonight, you're just going to have Joe and his guitar.
Tonight we're doing the unplugged version of the video.
The unplugged version. We're going to bring that back for you right now.
Live and unplugged.
Live and unplugged without a net. So Dave, are we ready for this?
Dave, don't screw this up, man.
Here we go, folks. That's what makes us great.
Come from everywhere, longing to be free. Come to join the sea, see the shining sea. And they all have a dream. People are always weird to be safe and warm in the shining city on the hill. Someone slam the door instead of opening the gate. Let's turn this thing around before it gets too late. It's up to me and you. Love can conquer hate. I know this to be true. That's what makes us great. Tell me a lie, sell it as a fact. Been down that road before, I ain't going back. And don't you brag to me that you never read a book. I never put my faith in a common man and his crooks. Won't follow down that path and take their hands of faith. Let's turn this thing around before it gets too late. It's up to me and you. Love can't conquer hate. I know this to be true. That's what makes us great. The night, lying wide awake, and I ask myself, is there a difference I can make? Is there a difference I can make? It's up to me and you. Love can't conquer hate. It's up to me and you. Love can't conquer hate. It's up to me and you. Love can't conquer hate. I know it's too be true. But that's what makes us great. That's what makes us great. But that's what makes us great. But that's what makes us great.
I can't I mean,
Without a net, baby.
without a net. I can't believe that worked. Man, I mean, I got the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I got chills a couple of times there, man. That is a powerful song, especially where how we're living right now.
Well, it's a song for the times, which is why we decided to re-release it. You can check it out on YouTube, by the way,
Right.
and I think on Facebook.
I mean, you've got it. There's links to it on joegrushecki.com and
Yeah.
on Joe's Facebook page and the House
Yeah,
Rockers
and all our
page.
social.
That was amazing. So, I mean, that too. I mean, there's some, I know it's political times, but the message in that is just so clear.
Well, the division in this country is horrifying, and the hate, the spewing of hate, and the prejudice, and the nationalism, and the white supremacy, the whole 9 yards and whole
Right.
ball of toxic
Yeah.
bullshit that goes on every day. Is I just thought it was time to make a statement, and
You succeeded.
this re-release of the record, it has a different interpretation than when we put it out. It's more of a come together song, and when we released it the first time, it was we're pissed off song.
Right. I remember that. I felt it, but I mean, it's just amazing how, 4 years or 3.5 years or whatever can morph that thing. It aged like a fine wine, man. You realize
did.
that.
Well, if you have a good song, they usually do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some of my stuff, is painful for me to listen to.
Come on, what are you talking about?
Most of it I like, but
Right.
there's some stinkers in there. But this one, I think.
Well, you've got a prolific, songbook. So I mean, they can't all be
I
winners,
have 17 or 18 records, so I got a lot of music.
so you also, I mean, you also got involved. I mean, a little bit with the Democratic National Convention.
Right.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
contacted by the Biden campaign. I'm gonna put my guitar down.
Go ahead, buddy. You've done enough. But yes.
Yeah, I was
So
contacted by the Biden campaign. Bo Biden,
the late
who
son
passed away.
Right.
Yeah, he was a fan of ours, and I got a special request from Hunter and Joe to sing. That's what Never Be Enough Time to Forget About You, which is one of Bo's
favorites.
songs. Yeah, so I sang that at the Democratic National Convention, not in prime time, but
Right.
but I did sing that at the convention along with this song, by the way, too.
Right.
So
That's amazing, man. That's
I had a
great.
twofer.
You got a twofer. Hey, you get a double dip on Grushecky. Real quick before I want to bring out a guest that wants to ask you some questions, but we got a message here from Dave Fraley. Says he still has and listens to the Killer Joe CD.
Oh man.
Is that the project how you two met?
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a really, really enjoyable project, and I think we killed the movie. I mean,
Oh yeah, the movie. There's a Tracy Let's Play called Killer Joe that my theater company Bare Bones Productions we did at the New Hazlet Theater 2010, and we decided to up our game and include Joe Grushecky with the show that doesn't call for specific music. I was in the lobby of the New Hazlet Theater talking to Joe about something. I think we had just met, and I said, "Well, we're thinking about doing a show called Killer Joe," and he went, "Oh, like the Rocky Feller song." And I had never heard it. He sang it to me in the lobby. I went, "Ooh,
Killer Joe, go!" Ooh. There was a Filipino version of the Jackson 5 way back when.
So Joe
Only a few men in America that knew that song.
So Joe takes this song, this bubblegum pop song, and turns it into low down as dirty, amazing thing. And it set our show off. And then Joe, every time there was a scene transition, Joe played a different thing. So we had met once or twice before, but that's when our friendship kind of connected there.
That was a lot of fun. And we collaborated to pick the songs. So we went to one of your readings, and it's not a very feel good, wake up in the morning and conquer the world type play. So
It's a dark comedy.
yeah, very dark comedy. So we picked all these really bluesy type.
And a couple of originals. We did Idiots Delight was in there and some stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that was good stuff. Okay, so we got a question.
Streetcar Named Desire too.
Yeah, we did that as well. We didn't put out a CD from that one, which we probably should have. That was fantastic.
We picked all New Orleans music. We were like the bar for the local bar.
It was awesome. Well, you like that better because you could probably see the show. Because when we did Killer Joe, if you'd seen it, I guess Dave, you saw it. He was up on the platform deck, the catwalk behind the stage, behind a scrim. So right. you could basically only when the lights came up. So we moved him down on the stage. We figured Joe deserved it.
Yeah, well, I must have done good on the other one.
But cool, Joe. But I mean, we can keep talking here. But I want to bring out our next guest, who I'm just beyond flattered that she was able to come back a second time. She needs no introduction as well. Sally Wiggin. Hey, Sally.
No, I'm the one who's honored. I mean, Patrick, I love you, but Joe, I've actually, some of the most exciting times in my life in Pittsburgh have been when we've all been on the stage with him at Christmas shows or at, charity fundraisers. This man is so huge, yet he'll go to a smaller fundraiser just to help out a cause, a local cause. I don't know how you find the time, Joe. I just don't. And that song, I started crying. When you were rehearsing it, I cried, but then I just started crying here. I have to ask you, when you wrote this, had Trump been elected? Had he just been elected?
I think I was thinking about, I'm a special ed teacher, in my part-time, my spare time. I teach special ed. And, I've had a long career working with really, really needy children. And one of my favorite uncles had cerebral palsy. And, growing up when I did, kids were kind of cruel to handicapped kids. And when I saw Trump make fun and mock that disabled reporter,
journalist,
I thought to myself, how could anybody in their right mind think this man should be in charge of anything? And I think I started thinking about it then. And so we took his, let's make America great, which has always been great until he got a hold of it. But, we took the, his thing and sort of gave it our twist. And probably right around the time he got elected and it was official, I probably wrote it because Bruce got involved with it. And I think, he was inauguration like January 20th. By April, we had it on the radio. Bruce was playing it on his E Streets channel on Sirius.
The reason I ask is Patrick is just spot on. When you listen to it and you see it, it's like it applies right now.
Right.
There's nothing about it that's dated at all. It's just, it's evergreen. It's fabulous.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those songs you sort of are very topical, and some of them, last as long as the event does. But this one in particular, the message that love conquers hate, and don't play us for fools, I think will resonate for a long time because, we got a lot of healing to do here in the country. And, music's the international language of love. So, that's what we're shooting for in this one. And we can be really angry, but, you put that energy in it and, the song has a different message now than it did when it first came out.
Well, I was going to ask you, Patrick and I were talking about this just a few minutes ago, and I was going to ask you, in times like these, what inspires you? But you actually answered the question at the beginning of this when you talked about your background in special education and what he did to that journalist, which was just to say it was horrendous is an understatement.
Right.
So that's where you get your inspiration, is just seeing something happen.
Right. You know, I'm a guy. I guess maybe my limited imagination prevents me to write about Dungeons and Dragons and, you know, life in Malibu. I'm a guy. I need to write about what I know, and you know, I just wrote a really, really good song about Pittsburgh again, you know, but it was you know, just looking around and seeing how the city has changed so much in the last 30, 40 years. That, you know, went from, you know, the rough, tough, steel working thing to, you know, high tech, you know, Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that
Google.
other guys? Who's the other guys? Who's
Google.
that?
Google.
Google. Yeah, went to.
Yeah, Yahoo's too early 90s.
Sorry. And so I just wrote the song "If These Hills Could Talk," and I just wrote another one, "Let's Cross the Bridge," about building bridges between communities. And so writing's a strange thing. You know, you have to have your antennas out. I do anyway. I listen a lot, and, you know, I you know, read and look at the world around me and see what my friends are doing, and, you know, listen to what you guys are saying, and I somehow process it, and sooner or later, whether I want to or not, it comes out in a song, you know. So I'm usually a streak writer. If I can write one good song, I usually write 3 or 4 or 5 maybe, and then maybe I'll go cold for a while. And it's something you have to nurture,
Right.
I guess.
But that's the best art. That's the best musicians, the best poets. That's how it comes from. They hear it.
Yeah, I mean,
it is. I mean, Joe writes for every man and every woman, and that's why it may be about Pittsburgh, but it's about the world. It's universal.
Well, yeah, the feelings are universal.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Some of the settings are specific.
They are,
but you know, like you guys were talking about traveling around the world. You travel, you know, to other countries, and you realize everybody's pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not, hey, we're number one. We're all together. You know, there's great people, you know, everywhere, and jerk offs everywhere too. But it doesn't matter where you're at. People are basically the same. You know. And like I said before, music is the art form. You know, I would say, how many times can you watch the same movie? I don't know. Read the same book, but a great song, you can listen to hundreds and hundreds of times, and it takes you right back to where you heard it the first time, and you know, you have all these visions of the people you were with, and you know, it's just a great art form.
Yeah. I think, yeah, music is probably one of the greatest art.
Everybody understands it.
Yeah.
Everybody understands it. Cuts through all barriers. The first time we played in Europe, and this is pre-internet, I was playing in West Virginia, like on a Saturday night. And it was one of those gigs where I thought, why did I pick music for a career? You know, nobody knew who we were. They wanted to hear Leonard Skinner. You know, it was a terrible gig. The guys were man dancing, you know what I mean? And it was just terrible. And the following Tuesday, we were in Amsterdam and come out and hit the first note. There's 400 or 500 people on a Tuesday night. They knew every word to every song that we sang. It was just mind-boggling.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What is man? Excuse me for interrupting. What is man dancing?
2 guys dancing together.
Is that what they do? I've never heard.
There it is, right there. In a nutshell.
Well, that's a girl, though.
That's a girl. Yeah. What are you talking about, Patrick?
Man dancing. You know, you ever see man dancing? You know, guys.
No, I've never. Maybe I've seen it, but I didn't know that's what they.
Dave, do you have that DC cab footage?
Man dance.
There it is. There you go.
That's a man dance.
Okay.
Air guitar, you know.
Yeah.
But the times we're living in are crazy. Now I'm just going to say this while I got everybody here and we're still fresh and we're going. Sally, when you were on the show the first time, right?
First time, yeah. Oh God, that was the beginning of all of this.
It was early in the early days. So, but there was one little soundbite that you said when we were talking about wearing masks that we have actually had in the queue, and we've actually played it in times that was necessary.
Really?
Now, would you mind if we play this back for you?
Did I swear? Go ahead. I don't know.
I don't know. Dave, let's see.
When I walk out and there's someone without a mask and they come too close to me, I'm just racked with fear, and then I want to punch them in the face.
No. But you know what? It's even worse now. Now, the wanting to punch them in the face overrides the fear. I mean, I'm probably going to be arrested at some point.
So you're ready. You're ready to pull the trigger on that. You're ready to.
Awesome. And the other thing, the thing now that really drives me nuts, I mean, like F nuts, is when people wear a mask and they have it down here. And a friend of mine, who is the elephant curator at the Pittsburgh Zoo, this woman came up and she had her mask there. And he was trying to be nice, and he explained, do you know where they put that test? They put it up your nose because it's in your nose. That's why you need to wear the mask over your nose. Anyway, so now see, I'm perspiring. I'm getting all worked up.
Well, I'm sorry. I should have waited till the end to bring that up. Well, here's a good picture. You actually sent this to us.
I did?
Yeah, you actually sent this to us the night of the show.
Oh my God.
Because we were talking about the noses, man, the noses, the exposed noses. There's lots of, we've got running jokes on the show. Pete will tell you about them later, but it was we can reminisce. It's been 100 episodes. So, well, there was like the joke graphic that was out with the guy. It was like basically like, it was like your underwear, but your penis is hanging out. So like is basically what it was, right? So we ran that on the show one day, and then about a week later, I'm talking to Pete, and I are just talking about like in the early days of this was like when Pittsburgh was a ghost town and everything was locked and everything, we didn't know what was going on. I was like, Pete would go when one of us would leave the house, he'd be like, what was it like out there? And Pete was like, lot of penises. And like, then we kind of moved on talking about it. And then the chat was like, what the hell is he talking about? Because nobody watches the show every night. I didn't know that 2 weeks earlier, the penis joke was like the thing. So we had to explain it. It became a running joke for about, 98 episodes. It's still going. It's the gift that keeps on giving. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that it hasn't changed, right? There was a minute a couple weeks ago that I saw a lot more people wearing masks. And it was in neighborhoods or areas that they didn't normally. And it was the day that the president was diagnosed, or we found out that he was diagnosed with COVID. And the next day, masks were gone again. Like it was like that 1 second that I went into neighborhoods that normally like everybody was not wearing masks to they were masked up, and then it was gone again. It's a close thing. Amanda, you were there for the joke. You still say it, yeah. But yeah, it's just a crazy. It's a crazy time, man. I don't want to harp too much on that, but anyway.
No, it's funny that I didn't remember that I'd said that, and I'm oh gracious, it's a little violent. But you know what? I'm going to start quoting Bruce. I love that. I'm not going to say that word here, but I say it all the time. It is, for me, it's a verb, an adjective, a noun. But I'm trying to be polite tonight.
That word's like a cold shower on a hot day sometimes, though. It's like it's a nice, refreshing thing to say it. But yeah, we pulled that thing of Bruce right when he said it. We played it like 15 times one night with a different picture every time.
Put on a fucking mask.
Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable.
Oh, we figured Sally would like the puppy.
Yeah, but listen.
Yeah.
It's given birth to, I mean, this period has given birth to shows like yours. It's stimulating, I'm sure, songs and novels and plays and I mean, it's causing creativity. It's causing division. I have to drive to Ohio tomorrow. I'm going to an event where probably 90% of the people will not have masks on.
Wow.
And I'm really wondering if I do find out that they don't, I can distance myself for a little bit, and then I'll probably just go and sit in the car.
Is it indoors?
No, it's outdoors.
Oh, okay.
It is
Okay,
outdoors.
good.
It's out. But you do know that when it's cold, it spreads more easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's science. It's because the air is denser, so it doesn't disperse as quickly.
That's why we have cold and flu season.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It is science.
Yeah, science. Yeah. Go figure. There's the graphic.
Oh, no, that's awesome. Oh, that is the little bitty one, and the nose is bigger than the penis. Oh my God.
As it is with everybody who doesn't wear a mask. So anyway, it's zing, bang, boom. Come on.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
You keep setting them up. I gotta.
Well, yeah, I know. Listen, we have Joe elevated your show, to an art form. We have now put it in the gutter.
We're back where we belong. Is what's happening. I think we've taken this to the point there. But thanks. And Joe, if you got to go, you can go. If you want to hang, we can keep chatting here. It's up to you, buddy. Oh, let's hang. All right. So Sally. Okay. So that's been said. What has happened? What have you been into since the last time we talked, which was like several months ago? How have you been handling this pandemic and just in your everyday?
One of the things, regrettably, I mean, I wish I had children. I tried at points in my life and don't. So that's hard. But I have a godchild who just got into the master's program in computational finance at CMU.
Congratulations.
So he's like my son. And I mean, he's got great parents, but he's just, so I'm
he likes you more.
No.
I'm kidding.
But he's doing great. But I've only seen him once. I do go out I don't go in buildings. I don't eat out at all. Not even outside. But sometimes I'm a docent. I'm on the board of the Pittsburgh Zoo, but I'm also a docent. And one of the things that I do is that I go and record penguins getting their fish so that we know how much each one, and they're like 20 something. So you're standing for half an hour and you're surrounded by penguins, and it never fails to make me smile because I just love them. I didn't love them until I went to Antarctica. And then I went to South Georgia the end of last year and saw thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of king penguins. So I've developed a fondness for them.
We're going to get Sally back, I promise.
It always makes me, it elevates me. The other thing I've been doing is I do a lot of wildlife conservation webinars. I do them Monday through Friday, and then right now on Saturday, it's the 2nd, I've joined, it's a virtual expo of the Wildlife Conservation Network, which is international. And so I'm doing a lot of those kind of virtual presentations and giving a lot of money to those causes because that's my passion. Once this is lifted, I'm going to start traveling on conservation trips again. And I'm supposed to be in Borneo next year. I was supposed to go to Churchill to see polar bears the end of this year, and that's not going to happen. So it gets delayed. So actually, I'm really busy. I mean, I need to see my godchild more. That would make me happier. But but it's okay. I hear a child there. Is that yours?
That would be my daughter Pepper, who
she's adorable. Absolutely adorable.
She's adorable. Yeah, she you can hear her on some of those animal clips at the beginning of the show because when we're waiting for it, nobody actually watches at 8 on the dot. Everyone comes in a couple minutes later. So Dave had this creative idea to put just animal footage. So anybody's dogs, pets, squirrels, ducks, bears, anything anyone can catch with a with an iPhone we put on the show.
Well, so one of the, I was so fascinated with the squirrel because all of a sudden I've become fascinated with squirrels. They have this incredible memory. People don't realize that, but they're actually very clever. And have you seen the guy on YouTube who he's a physicist and he built a squirrel maze? Look it up. It's about a 20-minute video. He's a scientist, but I think he has a television show. He builds a maze for these squirrels. It is, and so that they can get to food, and it takes them, I think, once, and then they figure the whole thing out.
And
it's fascinating. So that's the kind of, can I say the word SHIT? Can I say that word?
You can say anything you want.
Okay. That's the kind of shit that I'm watching, but it's very entertaining. It really is. I highly recommend go Google scientists with squirrel maze.
Okay. All right.
It's fascinating.
I'm overrun with squirrels, chipmunks, and birds of all kinds. My next door neighbor feeds them constantly, but she's not just feeding them bird feed. The squirrels get peanuts in the shell, walnuts, and almonds. Constantly, and like sandwich, like whatever food she kind of just tosses out to them. There's millions of them. We're overrun. They bring all the peanut shells to my house. So like one day I pulled in my driveway, and I'm not kidding, there was a squirrel eating a ham sandwich. 2 pieces of bread, ham, and mayonnaise, and the squirrel was just sitting there looking at me. I just sat in the driveway. I just sat there and let him finish, and then I didn't want. It was weird. But so I've got lots of like the 500 like pigeons are there. There's lots of. So if you're bored and you want to see squirrels in person, my driveway is like a drive-in. You can just stay in your car and just watch squirrels and rabbits all day.
I love it. The other thing that I've become obsessed with, and I did it this afternoon. I did it tonight. I'm trying to eat healthy, but I have become obsessed with Sheetz hot dogs. They have a drive-through at some of the Sheetz. You don't have to go in. And I've been doing it now almost every day. I'll get in the car and just drive down to the nearby Sheetz and order 2 hot dogs with ketchup. And I eat them before I get home. And I am literally obsessed with them.
Well, we can get you a sponsorship deal or something, because I didn't see that coming. I thought it'd be like maybe an MTO or something.
I'm trying not to eat meat. I'm trying to be a vegetarian.
Well, you're good. There's really no meat in those hot dogs.
No. I just hope they're beef hot dogs because I love pigs. They're so intelligent. I don't want to eat pigs. My dog, I don't know, I said hot dogs and my dog just walked over here. No, I don't have a hot dog. So anyway.
All right. Well, we need some video of your dogs at some point, and any animal. Here's something else. Want to ask both you guys. I mean, the fact that everything's shut down, Joe, there's not a ton of gigs, obviously. You had to cancel a lot. Sally canceling trips. I mean, did you find any positives? Like there are certain things that you never could have gotten from seminars, from things from all over the world. You can take a class with somebody in India. You can take basically things that you couldn't have done before this. There's a little pieces of lemonade. You got a lot of musicians are, just doing Q&As. Eddie Van Halen did one before he passed, rest his soul. Did one early on into the pandemic, did a couple of just showing you how to do some things that you couldn't get normally. Have you guys checked out any of that stuff?
Joe?
Just the show.
Just the show. That's the way I like it. We're the only game in town.
Well, you know what? One of the things I'm happy about is I save gas. I've saved gas. It's money on gas because I don't drive as much.
I'm so tempted to make a joke about those hot dogs right now, but yeah.
No, they're not gassy.
I had to lay off of that one. I didn't want to leak it to that picture.
No, go right ahead, guys. Go right ahead.
Go ahead, guys. Knock yourself out.
I worked in a newsroom. It's like working in an ER. I mean, nothing's off limits. And I was the worst offender, quite frankly.
All right. That's we'll see about that. You stick here long enough. But, we have another guest that you guys
bring her in.
You guys can hang on. Let's bring her out here. It's her birthday, and I'm wondering if she's still conscious. But it is her birthday tonight. She has one of our favorite Thursday night segments, What Kate Ate with Kate Romane. Every week, Kate Romane goes out to different takeout places from restaurants and reports back to us what's going on, how's the food taste, is it safe, and how does it travel. Here she is, the birthday girl herself, Kate Romane. Chef Kate, how you holding up, honey?
I'm great. I'm great. Lots of sugar today.
I can see that.
But these hot dogs, what the? I want to go get a Sheetz hot dog with ketchup.
All right. Well, so next week we know where you're going.
Yeah,
That was,
I'm definitely going.
you know what? That was a great segue to you, Kate. I had not.
Thank you. That was thank you, Sally. I appreciate that.
I do have to ask you, how many people ask you about your last name and your choice of vocations?
It comes up, and for a long time I didn't understand, but now I do. And I love romaine lettuce now that I know what it is. It's great.
Kate, all right. So it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You're keeping it together.
Keeping it sober, sort of.
Well, did you know that? Were you watching the show at the top of the show? Did you notice anything, or did you leave and come back?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was real time.
That was amazing.
Kate had an impromptu birthday gathering in a park, not far. What's that?
It was a tailgate.
It was a tailgate. Like nobody went into the park. They just stayed in the back of the truck, and everyone was masked up and ready to go. And had a quick drink and had some dessert in honor of Kate's birthday. And it happened to be within 3 houses from my house, so I was able to walk down and Kate take a videotape of that.
It was great. I'm so glad you guys came down. It was awesome.
So Kate, this is our 100th episode. So
yeah.
I'm and it's your birthday. So I'm wanting you to wow us. Where did you go for takeout this week?
Well, first I want to say congratulations. I can't imagine that you guys knew that this was going to be going on for 100 episodes. I mean, and I know I've only been on this like a handful of times, but I have to tell you, it's great. I mean, it's great for me personally, and I also feel like what you guys are doing is awesome. So I just want to say thank you to the three of you for putting it together.
You're here. We agree.
Well, thanks. Well,
it's really cool.
Well, we're honored. We have someone of your stature coming back every Thursday night and just eating your face off for us. So what happened this week?
Okay.
You're eating currently.
I am eating currently a burnt almond. I mean, talk about Pittsburgh, burnt almond port.
Oh,
a bat.
God. All right, so starting out Sunday. Pizza Davide. Davide. I never know what to say. It's Gianoia's
Pizzeria Davide.
Yeah. So good.
What'd you get?
Pizza. I got 2 small pizzas. One just cheese, the regular little cheese. And I got one, it was a sopressata and mushroom, but then I added in capicola and pepperoni.
Because of your vegetarian tendencies.
Yeah. So I'm going to go vegetarian.
So did you know Pizzeria Davide, they have a make your own pizza kit that you can buy as well. We've done that a bunch here. Pepper loves it. You call in, order it, the pizza kit. So they give you 2 balls of dough, whatever meats you want, and the sauce and the cheese and instructions on how to bake it. So basically you toss the dough, they've made the dough for you, and then you just assemble it so you don't have to have that takeout. A lot of people freak out when you put the lid down on the box. So they say it takes
I do freak out about that. I have to say that to-go pizza holds up in that way, but also like, how is it baking it in your oven? Does it work?
Yeah, it worked. I mean, my oven's tiny. Right, and they want you to get that thing up to 550. So it's like I have the world's largest refrigerator and the world's tiniest oven. It's like a Betty Crocker almost. Like it is the tiniest little oven. I think they didn't understand that there was like a load-bearing wall in the area where they wanted to put it, so they just got like the smallest like super efficiency thing they could have. So anyway, it smoked like crazy. So I figured it out. Right, how to work it, but it's delicious, man. It's great. I mean, it's really good. They have a great sauce, and the crust holds up. I've only gotten their takeout once. That wasn't the make your own, and it held up. It was pretty good. I like that. They're very thoughtful there.
Yeah, it was awesome. And the pickup scene was really easy. It was also ready. They are great about being like, they send you like a update, like if there is a wait, like the ordering online, you know, order online, and then they send you an email, and then they send you another email being like, actually, this could be your wait time. So you're not, I think that the email generates like gonna be 25 minutes, but then it'll be like an actual, this is how much time it's gonna take. So which is really good.
Yeah, and they're super COVID friendly. I mean, like COVID, like you pull up, they have 3 parking spots right in front. You can pull up. If you're worried, you don't want to go to the window, you can just tell them they will bring it out to your car. You just call them when you're outside, and it's there. So they were like kind of pioneers on, you know, that contactless. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, even Amy. I mean, they're just great.
Danielle said it was Pizzeria Davide was her best COVID experience, which is saying something, I guess.
I believe it. I mean, he's pumping out food. He's been going at it the whole time too. So they've really they've thought about it a lot, you know. Anyway, it was also on top of it being feeling really safe. It was really delicious. It was really good. And I had leftovers and I ate them again and again and again. It was good.
Did you do like, you know, you buy the extra pizza and so you can eat for a week kind of a thing? Or a couple of days? Well, you're around food all the time. You can't talk like me. Never mind. So
I mean, I'm around food all the time, but I love to eat. And so that's been great. You know,
go ahead.
So birthday week, I got a lot of really good food. On Monday night, Emma got us Fet Fisk, which is doing to-go food out of what he's calling his new concept, which is Royal Market. It's in Shaler. And we got the Royal Deluxe board and ate like queens. It was so good.
Do we have pictures?
I think I have a picture. I think I had a picture of that pizza, but maybe it wasn't the best picture. But
well, we're chatting. I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
It's the windows here. Sally, Joe, if you want to ask her any questions, you chime right in.
Do you do this the whole week before you're on? What's that?
That was the pictures that Kate was supposed to send Dave, and Dave was just letting us know they didn't come through.
I sent them to Pete, didn't I? I mean, there was some drinking happening, but whatever. But I think I sent them to Pete.
It's okay. Sally, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, do you now before you make an appearance? Do you eat somewhere every night?
No,
2 or 3 nights.
Yeah. Right. 2 or 3 nights. I mean, I used to go out to eat a lot. I love going out to eat. I love seeing what people are doing. I love supporting our local food scene. Since COVID happened, I've been really intimidated to go out. I haven't been to a restaurant. I don't sit down and eat. I'm just doing takeout and I'm tipping every time I go. And you should, look, there's Snacks having some Fet Fisk.
There you go. There's the pictures. That's what we're talking about. That's Snacks the dog, and there's the takeout.
It was a spread. It was super good. So they were doing a pop-up dinner series, and now doing a pickup market in Shaler, and it's really good.
All right, so
look at that sausage. That's huge.
Okay, all right. We've had enough jokes today. We had enough humor tonight. Put a mask on that thing. Okay. So Dave wants you to know that you need to stop sending any pictures to Pete ever. So you should just send them to Dave. Okay.
Okay, got it.
That's in the chat right now. So that's going out there.
Heard it.
Sally, Joe, when Kate was on the show as a guest, talking about Safe Service Allegheny. And we were talking about and it came up that she, wishes she could go out a little bit more. So we were like, hey, that'd be a great segment on the show. And that's how it kind of just came organically. And then Kate's been going to a couple of places ever since, sometimes 1 place, sometimes 3 places, and she reports back to us.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people have had to change their hours. They've had to change their protocol. Like, some people are doing a really good job of to-go, or some people are focusing on really doing a good job of their indoor dining or outdoor seating. So, and there's really nowhere to find that information online. So it's been really good for me to go out and see what other people are doing, as well as what we're doing in conjunction with that. And also with Safe Serve Allegheny, you know, we're not talking to each other anymore. Like we're not all seeing how each other are doing. And this is kind of a good way to like segue into like how we're all battling the same thing and seeing how everyone is doing it. Also, I get to eat really good food now. And I don't make as many dishes at my house, which I really hated.
Well, you cook all day and night. So it's like, why do you want to do it at home?
Yeah.
So did you go anywhere else this week?
So one of the best things I had also is today for my birthday, the Black Radish made me lunch and it was so good. It was a huge surprise. Sherry and Dan, who had Thin Man Sandwich, made this great meal. We had some sake, we had some soju, there were some soba noodles, there was some dumplings, there was this really amazing salad with tiny seeds of arugula, those dumplings, lotus root. It was so good and it was so nice.
Well, I am so proud of you for being able to remember all this right now.
I know.
After what you've been through today. Now, that said, in addition to the bat, in addition to the burnt almond tort, did you have any? Oh, that's nice. Did you have anything else to eat, cake wise?
I did. You know, this is cake number 2 today.
Okay.
Also amazing Casey Renee cake. I don't know if you guys know Casey Renee Confections. She's opening up in Wilkinsburg, but she's like been happening for I think a year and a half almost now on her own. And it's some of the best stuff. And she does, and it's also super beautiful.
Yeah, she does great stuff. I wish I had taken pictures. I mean, I have pictures, but I don't have them for the show right now. So here's something fun. I called this morning to see if Kate, because I didn't realize it was Kate's birthday till this morning, and Facebook reminded me. There's some Casey stuff, and I was like, oh crap! So at like 10:30 in the morning, I started texting Casey Renee, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get a cake for Kate for her birthday. She was like, I'm totally slammed. I can't do it, but you know, I already made her a birthday cake from Black Radish. Already took care of that. I'm like, oh. So she's already got this covered. Okay, great. So anyway, the good news is Casey's going to come on the show next Thursday as a guest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right, yeah. So you can,
that's great.
You guys can chat. That's great. Well,
yeah, Casey's super fun too. Also,
well, Kate, I'd love to keep you on the show, but I'm sure you got other things you want to do. You can stay if you want to, but you can also get back to your birthday celebrations.
Thank you so much, and Joe and Sally, it was great to be on the show with you guys.
Oh no! Now you've ruined my night because I want to go eat something. My mouth, I'm literally drooling all over my dining room table.
Hold on a sec. Pete wants to say something to you, Kate. Hold on there.
She can't go without us singing happy birthday to her.
Oh, come on.
So we have to do this collectively. Ready?
Well,
Dave, you getting in here? Dave, you got to get in here.
Oh, no, Joe.
I'm not going to miss this. Oh, hang on. Let me make myself small.
I'm so... Happy birthday to my favorite biscotti, says the beautiful Eileen French Jordan.
Romaine lettuce.
She loves romaine lettuce and she loves you.
Are we doing this?
I love you, Eileen.
All right, here we go. Everybody's got to stay in sync. All right, everyone concentrate.
I'm just
come on.
sing.
Okay, don't worry about it. Ready?
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday, Chef Kate Romane. Happy birthday to you.
Here's you guys. Thank
Good job,
you,
everybody. I tell you what.
That sounded like dogs howling.
Yeah, well, I know why Pete's one of the best DJs in the city now.
Yeah, let's record that bad boy.
Joe, if you need backup singers, you give me a call. All right.
I am sorry. Joy, we could have used you on the show. That was truly terrible. Well, you know what? You know what we were talking, like Sally said earlier on in the show, you know, Joe set the bar so high for artistry, and we've been slowly lowering it ever since. I think we're at rock bottom, but I could be wrong. I mean, if the show's on for another 5 minutes, things could get dicey. But Kate, happy birthday. I know we just gave you the gift. It's going to keep on giving.
Kate.
This
Happy
is great.
birthday, Kate.
Thank you. I
Happy
appreciate
birthday,
it.
Kate. Get out, get some rest.
Okay.
Bye, Kate. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Kate Romane is the best. Yeah, let's say this. I worked with Kate at the Enrico Biscotti company in the Strip District, like almost. It's got to be close to 20 years ago now. So that's when I met Kate. So yeah, she's one of the most beloved chefs in town and people in general. So anyway, Sally, Joe, we're winding down here. The 100th episode. You guys set the bar mighty high for us here. This was some legends. And did you see Franco chimed in earlier?
Franco.
I did. One of my favorites. I adore
Franco's a hard
him.
act to follow here in Pittsburgh, man.
That's what it was. We said we brought him in early so people would stick around.
Maybe Mazeroski.
Maz and Franco.
And Franco, as far as great sports moments in Pittsburgh.
Sports moments in Pittsburgh. Okay, moments. Yeah, I would say. Okay, you got.
Oh, that's perfect, Joe. I think it's Maz. I agree with you. I think it's Maz first, and Franco.
Only walk off in, what was that thing called? World Series history, right?
Well, it's the big. I think it's the biggest walk off.
It was just the anniversary of it this week.
It had Maz and two of the other guys. There was Elroy Face and somebody else. They had them like on the day of, slightly socially distanced, wearing their uniforms, kind of looking out the window, kind of thing. It was a powerful picture. Yeah, I guess in Pittsburgh sports, there's those two. And like, there's everything else. It's like another in another stadium. I can't even think of number 3.
But you know what? That's not just Pittsburgh sports. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the Immaculate Reception wasn't that voted the single most iconic play in NFL history?
Yes, it was.
I think it was.
That was. And Maz's home run has got to be right up there in Major League Baseball.
I would say, the Pirates were such underdogs in that World Series, and if you look at the scores from the games that they lost, it was like 13-2, and then they won like 3-4. You know what I mean? Like they won like 4-3 or something like that.
The last game was high scoring, though.
Yeah, and Maz hit the home run. Okay, so they built they tore down Forbes Field. And they put in Forbes Quadrangle, the classrooms and everything. And they wanted to keep home plate. And if you go into Forbes Quad, you can walk down one of the hallways and you'll see under glass, there's home plate. And they wanted to keep it where it was supposed to be, right? In the same place. But it's about 5 or 6 feet off to the side because it was exactly in the ladies' bathroom.
I did not know that.
So when they designed the building, they built it, and they counted out exactly where home plate was, and it was in the ladies' restroom.
Oh, that's too funny.
That is some serious Pittsburgh trivia right there. You don't get any more trivia.
You stick with me there. So there's a bunch of things. Hold on a second. I just got something from the guys here. So there's other iconic things from Pittsburgh. There's lots of them in the film world. George Romero, Night of the Living Dead, and all those horror movies of that era were big. A week from tomorrow, we're doing a little something called Ghouls for Good here on the show. It's a tribute to Night of the Living Dead, and it's a live read or an undead read with scenes and stars from the 1990 remake and from the canon of Romero movies. We've got lots of We've got lots of fantastic people that are going to be on there. Billy Butler, who was in the 90s version of Night of the Living Dead. Also, stunt woman and producer Patricia Tallman. We've got Russ Steiner, who's an actor, was in there. And Lori Cardell is going to be there. She was the star of Day of the Dead. And she's going to come in and contribute to the reading. And she's going to talk about her father, the legendary broadcaster, Chili Billy Cardell. So it's going to be a big night here. What'd you say, Joe?
Going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So there's going to be
fabulous.
There's going to be conversation and stuff. There's going to be a little bit of panel stuff, some interviews, but there's going to be live reads, and people watching at home, you can get involved. Send us your videos of zombie anything. It can be you dressed as a zombie. It can be, you could do stuff with Legos. You can do a stop motion cartoon. Anything you got, send it to us. And we will cut it into the live read. If Jean-Claude Van Damme in a singlet, anything you got, is we're looking for it. So send that to us. Use the hashtag Ghouls for Good or shoot us an email. That's it. So save the date. That is 1 week from Friday. We've got lots of, and there's more big names from the horror genre in the world are signing on every day from around the world. Actually, are going to be a part of it. So it's pretty cool. We're raising money for PA Democrats and for the Biden-Harris campaign.
Oh, that's awesome.
Big announcements coming tomorrow. Big announcements.
Big announcements are coming tomorrow. For other people that are signing on, we're not sure who it's going to be. It obviously will not be bigger than Joe Grushecky and Sally Wiggin, but there you have it. So we're winding down the show. So before we wind it down, where do you guys stand on Little Hugs versus Turner's Iced Tea?
Ooh,
sugary and sugary.
I didn't even know Little Hugs were made here. Did you know that, Joe?
No, I didn't know that.
I just found out.
Pick what we like or what we don't like.
What you do like.
What we prefer.
What you would prefer. That's what this goes.
The red Little Hugs, if you give it to a kid, he'll lose their freaking mind for a sustained period of time because of the red dye. So,
that's what I said. That's what I said. To go crazy.
Dave was pre-gaming with that and Jack. Huggies and Jack. And,
Huggies and Jack?
Wow. Kids were doing it. That was a drink for the kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I have to say.
Get with it. Come on.
Yeah, get hip.
God, it's been so long. I have to say, you know what? You mean iconic or what I would rather have?
Either or. You can make this how you want because the viewing audience.
I would want Huggies.
You would want a Huggy over Turner's Tea. Okay.
Yep.
You're going with with a Hugs too? With a Huggy too, Joe?
No, I hate Huggies.
Turner's Tea.
Turner's.
I'm gonna go.
No, change that. I want to be like Joe. Joe's my hero, so I'm gonna do Turner's Iced Tea.
Okay. Today I'm gonna. Turner's and Jack. Well, that's actually interesting.
You drink Nat Turner's Rebellion.
Nat Turner's Rebellion.
All right. I like that. Very clever.
David's teeth are rotting just thinking of Little Hugs.
And before we go, wait, I have to.
We got time.
I have to say one because I'm going to have to go because I have to go to bed.
I know it's getting late.
A.m. Anyway, I have to tell Pete. Would you please tell Pete when I first saw him come on the screen? I don't know if you've ever seen The Gentleman with Charlie Hunnam and Matthew McConaughey and Michelle. It's a Guy Ritchie film. It came out last year. Mm-hmm. You look like Charlie Hunnam in that film.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
Well, we were thinking more along the lines of George Michael. Dave, can we have that George Michael comparison?
I hate this.
George Michael? You do not look like
just wait. You say that now.
Well, you know what?
But look at these golden tips that Pete has on his hair. Dave's going to pull this. He's probably
Patrick's
cursing me.
just jealous.
I am jealous. What do you think I'm bringing it up for?
I'm thinking Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger. Okay. Oh wow! Look at that. Wait, hold on, Dave. We're gonna. Oh, that's a new one, Dave. Pull back a little. That's that. Well, he's snarling like Ming there. Pull it back.
No. Put up Charlie Hunnam. Find something of Charlie Hunnam. Put Charlie Hunnam.
Dave, Google it. I mean, because that face that Pete's making doesn't work. I mean, that's just disappointing.
No, that's
Dave,
not.
Come on, Dave. You're Photoshop. You're better than that, Dave.
That's actually sent in by Danielle Mashuda. So
Danielle, that's actually fantastic Photoshop work. Thank you for that. But Pete, we got an OG thing here. Anyway, it'll come up. So
what's an OG?
Original gangster. It's just OG. It's like we have an old clip of
Hey, I'm showing my age, aren't I?
Well, I'm showing my age now because I don't think there's a man under 40 that would say that in his. So all right, good grow. There we go. That's perfect. Looks just like Pete. That's Dave's inner monologue right now as we're trying to as we're usually okay. So here's what I found here. In 100 episodes of this of us, basically it's just the three of us kind of throwing this thing together. Dave, whenever I say his name, he curses me. Literally curses me. And sometimes I actually hear
it in this ear right here.
Sometimes it's loud enough that I can hear him through that earbud on Pete right there, that he doesn't care for what I'm doing here. And if I was going to be really funny, I'd be like, You know, in the Princess Bride, they were foreshadowing mask wearing. Did you know that, Dave? I'm just saying. It's a clip. Oh, that's the guy you think Pete looks like?
Yeah, well, don't you think he does a little bit? I mean, his mustache, because he has a mustache. He has a mustache in The Gentleman. He does.
Yeah. Okay. The Sons of Anarchy guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Do you think he looks a little like Pete?
Take it, Dave.
Wait
I'll
a
take
minute.
it.
The big. Yeah. I mean, you should take it and run.
It's way better than George Michael, so I'll take
I think George Michael's amazing. George Michael's gorgeous, dude. Look at that. Look at that.
I don't see it. I don't see
Well,
it.
if you think of the hair, anyway, the hair that you got that hair through the beard. Well, you know, if you trimmed it down just to the stubble.
It looks like your hair has become part of the fan above your head.
I know, right?
Wow, that's amazing. See, this is we're gonna figure that out. 100 episodes of that. You know, in the early days.
This is disintegrated. You do know that, Patrick.
I'm fully
That's
aware. I'm
usually how
gonna
the
wrap
show
this up.
goes.
This is usually how it goes. So we have a tight, amazing show till 9 o'clock, and then this is what falls off. But to tell you one more thing before this thing goes any further with more Photoshop pictures of Pete and Fringe, but we have another thing. We have an overnight poll that we have to announce. In our bracket poll, it is coming down to the wire. We're almost to the Elite Eight, and we have a couple of big names for the poll tonight. One, we are shocked that he's made it through 2 rounds. The other one is an odds-on favorite to make it to the Final Four. Dave, tell Sally, Joe, Pete, and our viewing audience what the overnight Big Jag-Off poll is.
Pittsburgh. It's a complicated place. Lots of dynamics, lots of characters, lots of big men with tall boots.
Stalling.
Lots of rebels without a cause. And it's not lost on me, the quality at which the cut of the jibs of the collective personality of Pittsburgh comes through, especially in the month of October. There are things that
We're
just
starting
cannot
on
be
episode
explained.
101 right now.
Is it the 3 rivers that flow together with the hidden river that nobody knows what that river's doing? That river could be up to no good doing something real weird. Stuff just flowing in that river. I don't like that river at all. I can't see it. I don't like it. That's how I feel about it. You bring in a river, I want to see you. If you're going to call it a river, it's got to flow. I got to be able to float in it with my dinghy. If I can get my dinghy out and float in that river, I'll call it a river.
All right.
What are we doing again?
the
Jag-Off, overnight
EH25.com overnight Jag-Off poll, so we can put Sally's got to be in a car in 4 hours.
Michael Keaton versus Timmy from Gooskies. Michael Keaton versus Timmy from Gooskies. There is no rhyme or reason anymore. Up is down, left is right. We're all underground. We're floating along in the upside downy world. That's right, Michael Keaton. Michael Douglas. Michael Keaton.
Douglas.
The star. Michael Douglas.
Right.
Stole the name. Michael Keaton versus Timmy, the bartender from Gooskies, who you don't mess with. I can't choose. Neither should you. This is gone too far. Have at it, Pittsburgh. That is your overnight vote. I love you. 100 episodes. We love you. You are the best. You keep us alive. You are that 4th river underground flowing through our veins, inspiring us at every turn. Keep doing it, Pittsburgh. We'll see you on the other side.
But where's the graphic?
So Pete worked a lot of time on the graphic, and Dave was.
That's Red Huggies there, baby.
That was the Red
I was
Huggies.
killing time. I couldn't get the. I thought it was gonna pop in. It didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, well,
happen.
you did it. You really really killed. What'd you say, Sally?
I'm lost.
Oh, she's locked.
Oh man, yeah, I believe we lost Sally on Dave's rant.
No. Who's Tim from Goose?
Oh, Tim is the bartender. Tim is one of an iconic bartender at Gooski's in Polish Hill. He's a pillar of the bartending community.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
The type of bartender that will know your drink, remember it. You don't come back for 6 months. You come in and the drink will be waiting for you at the bar. He's like a savant of
I wonder if
bartending.
this will work, Dave.
So we put it in as almost. I can hear you, Pete. We can. We started out. I mean, if you can look at the bracket on the website if you got time. We started out with 64 different iconic Pittsburgh things, and they were all mismatched. and we didn't think certain things would go on. Bill Peduto's beard beat Franco Harris's beard in year one. Okay, there we go. There's Timmy from Gooskies, and there's the only Batman. Well, there's another Batman, but Michael Keaton. So get to voting there. Michael Keaton had a showdown with the movie Flashdance in the last round, and it was broken down to about 3 votes deciding between the two of them. It was one of our biggest vote getters. So there you have it, folks. Go to togetherpgh.com/vote. Get it going. Tomorrow's show is going to be great. We've got Dave Bracey, Natalie Besavenga, and Tony Norman is going to be here.
And Jaquia May.
Jaquia May is going to be on tomorrow? Oh, fantastic.
He's going to sing us a song tomorrow. Yeah.
That's great. Jaquia May was on the first episode of the show when we didn't know what the hell was going on. And we still don't, it's not much further. But she's...
Well, we don't know what's going on, but we didn't know what was going on with COVID at the time either.
Yeah, so she was actually... all the shutdowns were happening, and she was trying to get to the store. And I guess, I don't know if she had forgotten she was going to come on the show. So from her cell phone, outside of the Target at the waterfront, in like a ghost town, she sang a cappella one of the most beautiful, chilling songs you ever heard in your life. And like the 3 people in the parking lot were, they'll be talking. They must have thought it was the end of times,
right?
But yeah, we've been trying to have her on the show again ever since. So, Sally, I know you got to go. Joe, I know you got to go too. Thank you guys so much for being here with us to celebrate our 100th episode. And you guys, please come back anytime and every time. We would love to have you. Sally, be safe tomorrow.
See you. See you, Sal.
Cheers. Thank you.
So good to see you guys. Thank
Nice
you.
to see
And
you.
Joe, wonderful to see you again. Take care. Guys, bye.
Bye, Sally. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, and check out. Don't forget to check out the music video with Joe doing the song, and let us know which you like better. That's fantastic. Thank you, Joe. Go to joegrushecky.com. And don't forget Ghouls for Good. You can check that out. Ghoulsforgood.com. Find out all the information you have about our Night of the Living Dead tribute show
Hey,
1
Patrick.
week from tonight. Yeah, buddy.
That shit's going to be good, man.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be good. It's
I'm
going to be
not-
real good.
I mean, your graphics are amazing, but yeah,
mean,
it's
I'm-
going to be great. I'm pretty excited if we can lock in the name that I think we might be able to lock into to the show tomorrow. To who's going to be signing on to this thing. It's going to be falling like dominoes. So tell your friends about it. Get involved. Yeah, do it, man. It's going to be awesome. Also, send us your zombie stuff. Anything you got, send it to us. Great show, 100
That's
show.
key.
Yeah, we need you, the viewing audience. Tell your friends. Pete put his 11-year-old daughter to work on this and
Send her to the cemetery in the
sent her
middle
to
of the night on a Monday,
cemetery.
on a school night.
One of the coolest.
Dave, you got that video? You want to play it?
Oh God, he does. Look at this. In a cemetery.
They went for it.
They went for it. They went for it. If they can do it, you can do it too. You want to be a part of this? This is going to be awesome. You don't have to be 11. You can be any age. Like I said, do it with Legos, zombie, anything you want to do. But hey, seriously, guys, I can't believe we just did 100 episodes of this thing together. I can't believe we still talk to each other, and I can't believe people are still watching. So thank you.
I think
at
we
home.
might have actually fried Dave's computer tonight. He had like fans.
I got
and
a
ice
fan on.
packs
It's freezing in my room. I'm chill. It's ridiculous. I don't have an ice pack. That's the next step. Just got to ice this sucker down.
Do you remember like the first couple shows, Dave, where you were like, I don't know what's going on. My computer's like 1,000,000 degrees. Like, I don't know if it's
I'm
gonna
flying
make it.
blind, Pete. I'm flying blind.
We had Dave was pulling switches. There were box fans blowing on his computer during the show, trying to put this thing together. Especially when we were on the other platform.
I don't like computers. They're always trying to get in the way.
Yeah, well, you were making it work. I mean, okay, real quick, between the three
And then
of
there's
us
the
now-
fire hazard that Dave's studio is in. Like,
Well,
if he turns on the
that's
light,
why-
you don't even want to
that's-
see what's
that's
behind.
That's why the lights are off, and they should stay off before they shut us down. But you know, the
health
building is-
department?
the health department's gonna. If we lose Dave, it's over. There's no show. It's just gonna be you and me walking around with the iPhones and no guests. But yeah, seriously. Okay, real quick. Just not your favorite moments, but moments that jump out from 100 episodes or things. It could be on camera, off camera. What jumps out at you guys? It's just us now. I'm sure everybody else tuned out when we lost Sally and Joe.
That's fine.
Oh, that's good.
Huh.
Dave.
I don't even remember.
It is a blur. No, that's a perfectly relevant answer because I started thinking about this a little bit ago, and I'm like, I mean, Jaquia May was an iconic thing. When Alexi took the belly dancing lesson,
That was pretty good.
That was pretty magical. What else? I mean, the performances were amazing. I mean, we haven't had a bad musical performance here. We've had magicians. We had lots of stuff. And we had yeah. I mean, what do you think, Dave? Anything jump out at you? It could be a guess, could be a joke, could be something. Sally's punching people in the face without masks.
Sally gave us a couple of real key possible sound bites tonight.
I was just trying to be quiet.
You're gonna have to clear them, but
I was trying to be quiet and still tonight, just where's she going? Yeah, because she's magic, man.
I'm gonna throw it out. Last night we had Joy on again, and Joy, that was the second one, and every time, always impressed with that scene. I love it. Also, we even got a surprise visit from Bud Tater. That was exciting.
That was good. We had Mike Cunningham showing up in his wrestling gear. That was interesting. Random things that pop-ins from now and then. There was some surprises along the way. We had a couple of people chiming in. We've had great. I mean, honestly, interactions with the audience have been amazing. I learned a lot of stuff on this show, just from what people are doing. So it kind of gave me a sense that the sense of community we're talking about for everybody. That's it. Tommy
Mandy's going to do something creepy. Every time Mandy's been on and, never lets us down. And then hopefully, Mandy, you're going to do something creepy for our Halloween. Give
me something zombie. Anything zombie. Just a walking zombie thing. Learning that Sally eats Sheetz hot dogs is a highlight for Amanda. You've always found kernels of wisdom from Sally on the show. I remember last time, Amanda, that you guys had a little conversation last time. That was great. Seriously. I don't want to go on all night here. But this has been just watching this thing progress. And us as a production team. There are some weeks that we're booked out 2 weeks in advance, and then some shows that we're like, hey, it's 7 o'clock. Who's going to be on the show tonight? I don't know. I got to call somebody. You know what I mean? So it's been a lot. It's been fun. I don't know. I would have probably lost sanity, especially in those first couple of months, if we didn't have this thing. It was an outlet. So what do you think, Dave? That's a good impersonation.
I think Dave's looking at the comment.
I was Gene Hackberg, the hacker. Gene Hackberg, the hacker. I was giving him the stink eye. the Pittsburgh stink eye.
Well, I tell you what, though. Okay, everybody else.
What was your fave? Did you give us your fave?
I don't know, man. Obviously, I thought we had. I love when we did that Take Me Out reunion show because for the Bare Bones thing to bring that crew of 10. Guys back together. That was a special show.
That was fun to do.
Yeah, that was fun. We only had 4 squares on the thing at the time with 15 people to come on. So it was now you 3, now you 3, now you 2. Now somebody else wanted to chime in. That was good work. That was fun. It also kind of reaffirmed my love of theater, which was nice because so that was something special. Like I said, all the performances. Joe.
Xander Cope.
Xander Cope, magical Xander Cope. When Peter and Michelle on the first night with Dave Eggar was playing in Lawrenceville, and they did a dance that they just impromptu danced in their living room. Xander Cope did his ripstick. Dude, another guy ran 50 miles in his backyard to raise money for the food bank. Had him on. Lots of things were surprising. Like I said, we're not journalists. We're usually the ones that are interviewed. Not on the other side of this. So it's been just all in all, it's been I don't know. It's been a nice distraction, but also I'm happy that we're still doing it.
100 episodes.
Realize we don't get to stop now, though. You're talking like this is it, but we got
no. We're
not even off tomorrow.
I'm happy we're still doing it, guys. Here's to you guys. Thank you for everything, and I wish. And everybody that's been on the show. We've had close to 500 guests, which is insane. If you think about that, I mean, because 3 to 4 guests per night. A lot of times there were like more than one person on the show. Yeah, plus all those jagoffs. My God.
Not much has changed, like in the world.
That's the sick thing about this whole thing, right? Because we're all in this purgatory limbo. What's happened is there's been everyone's kind of getting used to this as the normal because there hasn't been a change. There was that lockdown period, but nothing. The testing never came and the tracing never came. So we were locked down, and then we slowly opened back up. The numbers are like holding steady, and they're. I mean, hopefully we can get our shit together, but they're talking about another wave coming right now. I think it was the most COVID cases nationally was the last week since like 3 or 4 months ago. So it's like it's on the way. So everybody, keep on being good. Keep on wearing your mask. Keep social distancing. Don't make it. I can't believe that there's still people going into restaurants and grocery stores bitching about having to wear a mask. I don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand, but that's definitely one of them.
It's weird because it's like it's only in Pennsylvania. Like when I was in New York, people were wearing masks, didn't have a problem. When I went to Tennessee, people didn't have a problem. When I was in West Virginia, most of the time people didn't have a problem. It just seems like West Virginia or Western Pennsylvania especially. I don't know what it's like in Eastern Pennsylvania, but Western and Central Pennsylvania is a shit show. Like,
it's rough.
People just don't take it seriously, and But like when I was hiking in New York, people were like, if they didn't have a mask and you're walking on a path, they would literally walk 20 feet away from you and put their shirts up, and.
Yeah, I mean, they took it seriously, but now there's certain neighborhoods in New York that are having to be shut down again because of, I think there was like a Hasidic community that refused to wear masks during the holiday, and they spiked back up. I mean, everywhere you mentioned, I mean, cool, but like, Ohio's on the way up. Arizona is through the roof right now. Like they're leading in the nation with cases. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, other things. Okay, so we've got Mrs. Mansueto liked Pete's deck advice, which was exciting.
I mean, I have more deck advice if she's interested.
No,
we can do a whole segment.
We can do that offline. So anybody watching right now, the show's pretty much over. This is
offline. She's asking for it online.
This is just well. Pat's tux
without a shirt for the Allies event. That quick change, man. That was a quick change.
I did a quick change for the Allies ball. That was fun to do the Allies takeover.
How about that? David wants us to do another movie episode. I think we should do that.
We should
bring
do
in
a
Chris
zombie
Ivey.
movie.
We were gonna have we were supposed to bring in some movie experts and rip on that.
We should come back to. I mean, we had so many great ideas, but like life happens. Everybody's still gotta do their thing.
So many great ideas, and only 3 episodes a week. There just isn't enough time.
But I do want to, it's wild, man. Dave wants to do another music episode.
He is Wild Man Mansueto.
David Wildman Mansueto. It's on his birth certificate. Check it, folks.
I just wanted to make you watch Dark Crystal.
I'll watch Dark Crystal. I'll get around to it.
Let's do Dark Crystal.
Okay, we'll do Dark Crystal. I gotta get it.
All right, tomorrow. We're canceling the show. We're going to do it tomorrow.
No, Tony Norman.
You've heard that, people out there. If you're still watching, we're canceling our guests tomorrow.
That was great. I'm so excited that Jaquia May is going to come on tomorrow. Like, literally, we've been trying to have her back on the show
since the 50th episode.
like every 10 episodes since the 50th
It makes sense.
episode.
101, because 100 doesn't count. 101 is like a refresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tonight's like really a 0.
It's perfect. We're big zeros tonight.
Well, Christina French loves your only 3 episodes a week line. That's a big one.
Because it's true.
So I tell you what, we'll do that, and like I said, we'll take suggestions from anybody in the viewing audience. Whatever you want us to do, we'll do. I mean, we want Dave to dance, we'll make Dave dance.
I want to shout out Kat DeLocke, who sent us a sweet zombie video. Played a little bit of it. I had to cut around. It gets a little. It's burlesque, zombie burlesque. It's brilliant. The production quality is fantastic. Had to cut around maybe some nudity, but I'm impressed. and
stuff.
we're going to use it more. So please, people, with your brilliant ideas and your beautiful cameras and your beautiful faces, send us fun stuff. And we may even have some things we're specifically looking for, like key scenes for this thing next Friday, which is going to be fun. Danielle, yes!
Well, I thank everyone very much. Do we have footage of, like, you know, Batman? Perhaps.
We got Batman. You want a Batman?
We got Batman.
I'll
We
get
got
you the
Batman.
It's 100. I'll give you the Batman.
Okay.
Wear a mask.
I'm not afraid to be seen standing up to these guys.
The mask's not for you. It's to protect the people you care about.
What about Bane?
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
What about my Irish friend?
Who's
Liam.
your Irish? Oh, yeah, your Irish friend.
Wear a mask.
Cuts the visibility.
I already know what you look like.
See what I'm saying? And then Wesley, you know.
Were you wearing a mask? Were you burning the acid or something like that?
Oh no, it's just they're terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future.
And I mean, even though you have the hand sanitizer, which I have handy right here, in the future, if you see me on the street and you put your hand out, I might say,
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.
because that's about the future of this year. Anyway, guys, we can go on all night and just talk here, but the fact that in this 100 episodes, the world has changed like 6 times. But we're right back into the same pattern. It's like a flat circle thing. So we're hopefully we don't have to give you another 100 episodes, but we're gonna be doing this till we're back to somewhat normal. So thank you all for your support, Dave, Pete. Thank you guys for all that you do, and everybody, all our guests. Cheers. And all our everybody. Thank you all. Cheers. Anything else, Pete?
Black Lives Matter.
All right. We will see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Jaquia May, Natalie Bensavenga, Dave Bracey, and Tony Norman. Thank you all. Here's to 100 more, guys.
And us.
And us. So much of us.
Oh. Oh.
Hey. Cake. Yeah,
hey, buddy. Cheers.
Hey, look at you. We're twinsies. I think Turner's Iced Tea probably won. Did the Iced Tea win? Did Turner's Iced Tea win? The hugs thing? Did we screw up and not say who the winner was of the in-show poll?
Turner's Iced Tea 55%, 55%,
Okay,
45, 50, 45.
It was close. Amanda requested a Patrick Beard, and Jackie Page said, "What's up?" So that's what we missed. There you go, guys. I know the three of you that are still, or the four of you that are still sticking around, or fell asleep during the show. Turner's Iced Tea won the in-show poll. What's the in-show poll tomorrow? I don't know, but we are definitely starting to run low on new items in the Engine House 25 Jagoff poll. Get your vote on, folks. Thank you all for sticking around. I'm sorry for our mess up. I know you were dying to know who won that battle. But when when Sally and Joe switched to the Turner's Tea, I mean there was no going back from Sally and Joe. All right, folks, we're out.